Welcome, everybody. Week number 16.
Morning.
Morning. We're in the Cargill division. We have Katie Rayner from the Dream Crushers and Bradley Tickett from Next Gen, who's currently crushing the Schwartz division.
Yeah, good 7,500% or the 75% play daylight savings times.
We were just talking about that before the show. We are on daylight savings time, so we're the same time as Saskatchewan now, so we get to feel their pain. Feels like an early morning.
It does feel early.
We'll just go through our matches here really quick for this week. So we got the Misfits versus the Revengers, and then Okanagan Eclipse versus the Revengers, and then the Heartland Kingpins versus Misfits, and then Kingpins finishing out against the Eclipse. So we have some big matches here. Revengers are sitting in a playoff spot. Kingpins are sitting in a playoff spot. Misfits are looking to get in, and the Eclipse have an outside shot as well as getting into the playoffs. So some big matches here to solidify seasons.
Yeah, it's going to be good. There's lots of movement that can happen still.
Yeah, for sure. So currently in the standings, the Revengers are sitting in 5th, but they got 4 games to play yet. They have a great win percentage. They're looking really solid. They're in the top 3 for win percentage. They're actually leading the whole division if you just cut it off right now and use that. But Misfits directly behind them. Their last 2 matches of the day. Eclipse have the last 2 matches of the season as well today, and the Kingpin. So we got some rounding out happening.
Yeah, definitely excitement, and not just only for the ones playing, but it greatly impacts a lot of teams sitting waiting to see what their last couple games will mean.
Yeah, exactly. And us being the Dream Crushers, we're kind of in that spot looking at it. The Bombers are looking at this week as well. So, yeah, could be lots of movement, or it can just be locking up playoff positions and figuring out what the rest of the season means to everybody else. Might not mean much, but
hopefully for the rest of us.
Yeah, hopefully. You always want excitement coming down to week 18, right? Like you don't want the season to end 2 weeks early. That seems silly.
Yeah.
All right. We will bring in our managers for the first match. Barry from the Misfits and Sarah from the Revengers. How's it going, guys?
Good early morning.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's the same day as always.
Sarah was so concerned. She messaged me like a week and a half ago, making sure that they were going to be on time, even though their time doesn't change.
Okay. Whatever. It's just the schedule. Technically, the schedule changes because we wouldn't be playing until 10 a.m. normally.
Yeah.
But the rest of the world screws it up.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
That's politics for another day, Sarah.
On the bowling side of things, I guess I'll start with you, Sarah. Seeing as your team is in such a good spot going into your last 4 games, did you change your approach at all? Trying to play defense, quote unquote, to just guarantee points here and there, or is it same old, same old?
It's the exact same. We're not worried about who's in front of us, who's behind us. We're doing good just as we've been doing. So we're not changing a single thing. Doing the same things.
Perfect. And Misfits, you guys are looking to get into those spots. What how is the team feeling, and have you guys changed anything to get ready for it?
Not too much for change. We went off of what we did our last session there with the 2 wins, and hoping to continue that today to maybe solidify a spot here in the playoffs. So they're getting pretty excited here. So
for sure. So Misfits, you are the away team. Let's grab your lineup.
We have Curtis starting us off, Kaylee in second spot. We have Ron in third, Jamie fourth, and Matt in our anchor spot. We have Michelle and Derek on the bench, and we have no Brandon today.
All right. And Sarah for the Revengers.
So we have no Brian. He is in Cuba, I believe. So we're starting off pretty much same lineup. John Mowens, to lead us off, followed by Danny Bear, then Josie Brooks. We're going to put Doug Clark in the fourth, and then Brad Mowens closing us out at anchor. And then we have Nelson and Crystal on the bench.
Perfect. Sounds like a great match. Best of luck out there, and we'll talk to you after.
Good luck.
All right. Everybody's cameras look good. Scoreboards look good. Look at that. Only
Great.
took 16 weeks.
We can read everything. It's nice.
2 2/3 seasons is no big issue. I don't know what your complaint is, Carrie.
Fair. All right. We should probably go over lineups here. So I'll have you read the Misfits lineup.
For sure.
Or roster.
Yeah, so for the Misfits roster, we have Curtis Dunas, Rodden Perry, Derek Gall, Matt Schultz, Jamie McCara, Kaylee Mack, Michelle Hoyle, Brandon Cockburn. I know it's Coburn, but like manager Barry Urquhart, and center is Bonnie Doolins. It's habit. As soon as I said it, I was like, this is just strictly by habit.
And Bradley, the Revengers.
For sure. So for the Revengers, we have Danny Bear, Josie Brooks, Nelson Frank, Doug Clark, Brian Askin, John Mones, Brad Mones, Crystal Hibner, managed by Sarah Bear, playing out of Glencairn Bolodrome.
Perfect. Look at that. They even got their logo in the background of their scoreboard.
That's going to make it hard to read.
Danny...
Definitely hoping for the colorblind. It's not the wrong colors for them.
Yeah.
All right. See how we start this off.
Definitely 2 teams and 2 centers that have shown they can score and score at any second so far this season. So can expect some big scores, I would guess.
Yeah.
They started off hot, obviously.
Yeah.
Both these teams looking for playoff spots, but yeah, both teams have been playing really good.
Yeah, Misfits have been coming up. They had that big week last time they were playing where they beat the Kingpins and also
The Avalanche, I believe it was.
Avalanche. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be riding that a little bit also of just carrying that momentum into today.
Yeah, it does look like they're towards the center of the house today instead of the far end like they were for that week. So just things to note in such a big center.
Yeah, they're pretty much in the middle end of the clock, right? 22, 23?
22?
Yeah, playing on 22.
I wonder why they decided to change today.
Depends on bookings.
Mm.
As a team who also plays there, it's very dependent on if they have Special Olympics or birthdays or corporate events.
Oh, okay, fair.
Or Bowl Alberta events, or pick any of the list, basically, it feels like this year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Bradley nailed it. It's Special Olympics on the Highlands, apparently.
Some days the brain works, even with the less hour of sleep.
How did you get that information so fast?
I have contacts, Katie.
It's called the chat group that everybody is involved in.
Oh. So I could have also looked at that message.
Yeah. It's not secret information. It's information for the commentators. So great start for the Revengers. 4 out of 4.
Yeah, 4 shots on the side. Never complain about that.
Yeah.
Jamie seems to be carrying on her momentum from Friday night. I saw she shot 400 in their Friday night league at Bonnie Doon.
Yeah. She's had a few big games. She almost had a 400. She had a 400 chance or had a 400 in Regina as well, I believe.
Right.
Yep.
Solid start from the Revengers.
Yeah. Lots on that one for Schultz.
And realistically, great start for the Misfits too. You have Ron in the middle that had his cleanup, but everyone else, I believe,
Yeah, marks across the rest of the way.
Rest of the marks. So almost matching frames. Oops, John.
Both of those looked pretty guidey, both from Curtis and John.
Really trying to put the ball where they wanted it to go.
Yeah.
Helps with probably really good pinfallers. Like you just gotta hit the middle. You don't need that crazy finish. Just hit the middle, and then you end up pushing it a little bit. Or
Yeah, almost feels like you end up playing the like Friday night Baker's no tap lines, where it's just get it to the side and assume you'll have a chance.
yeah, exactly. I only need 4 pins. That's all I need.
Good cover from Curtis. It does look like John Mones is throwing different bowling balls than I've seen him traditionally throw, not the soft rolls or the hard rolls.
It's crazy to me that you can pick that out virtually.
Growing up, before I was good with names, I remembered people by the shoes they wore and the bowling balls they threw. So it's just a thing I've carried on, apparently.
Huh. Makes total sense.
Kaylee with the punch out on her miss. And Danny with a spare over on the Revenger side.
Keeping it clean at least. Good pinning for the opens so far.
Yeah, just a slight slowdown, but it is only the second frame. Josie with the pull as well passed.
Yeah.
Ron looking to get his first mark of the day. Chop off. Wow, a few times we've seen that miss 5 and then punching out the middle penalty.
Definitely proving that they're not the easiest spare in the world, that's for sure.
Apparently.
But nobody leaving pins up on the deck yet.
Yeah, showing why they're teams that are either leading or in the hunt for the playoffs in this league. You don't get away with having bad pinning anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely a change in this frame compared to the first frame. Both teams coming out super hot now, kind of hitting that lag already in frame 2.
Five spare for Doug. So we got a couple spares working on both sides so far. The anchor bowlers are going to be looking to throw some strikes up there to give a little bit of momentum to the top of the order.
Yeah.
And there's the first pins left on the deck.
Oof. Story of 2 frames, jeez.
It was from a show a couple of weeks ago. That was, oh no.
That was for Brian. He's sitting on a beach.
Yeah, that's fair. Did he go to the same Cuba that Mitch went to? Like, what's going on here?
I don't know. Everybody's away right now. If you're not in Cuba, you're at the Gilardi wedding. So
definitely flyer miles for bowlers this month.
Yeah.
Schultz there capping off the Misfits with a double.
The only thrown in frame 2.
6 cracks at a double, you got 1. Across the teams.
Just a little quick for John there.
Do you feel both teams get off to a hot start and then all of a sudden they see the other team got off to a hot start as well and they're like, ooh, and they just start pressing just a little bit early? I feel that's what happened here.
It could be. I don't know. Do the Misfits have a screen up that they're watching, or is it just Barry that's actively watching the match?
I
I
think
believe
Barry
they
is the
have a-
one that's checking in on it, but I'm not too sure if the other players are just
I believe
taking
they
a
do have a
side glance.
computer on the side.
Oh, yeah.
When we've been there. They're not huddled around it like some teams I imagine do, but we have seen them look in on it when they are playing.
Right.
Yeah. Because I know, like, when we have the Dream Crushers matches, we put up on the screen right beside our scoreboard the YouTube feed so that we can watch what's happening. So it's a lot more accessible and easy to fall into that trap sometimes because we can just see it so readily instead of a laptop that's kind of off to the side that you have to go move your body to go look at. So I just don't know if that would have been as big of a thing. I don't know what Regina's setup is either, but
I think that'd be kind of interesting. Maybe a little thing we can put together to find out. Get teams to send us their behind the scenes of their matches, what's going on, what their setup looks like. Because you're right, like there's 24 teams, like everybody's setup could be completely different. Dream Crushers, we're just lucky enough that we happen to have internet accessible television beside our lane that we hook up the YouTube feed to, so we can literally play one-on-one.
Yeah, but on the flip side, out of the same center, the Bombers, they have a laptop set up on the back counter that they go and look at instead of just having it up on the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because they haven't asked to put it up on the screen or just they do what works for them, but in the same center, not utilizing the same thing. So you're right, 24 teams, everyone's doing something different.
Yeah.
And like we watch it with zero audio, so we don't hear what the commentators are saying. But like some teams, you know, Barry has the headphones in his ear, so he hears what we're saying.
Yeah.
Some teams have the computer on, so they just hear all of it. Like it just kind of depends on.
Half the time they probably want to mute it because it's oh no, Brian.
Oh no, Brian. He did message me after that. He's like, I loved that. Deserved it. So I'm glad you loved it.
Almost looks like on the Revenger side that they're underthrowing the ball. Like a lot of them are stepping out to the right after they let go, which to me generally suggests they're not driving through and using their legs like they should be.
Yeah.
Because that's what, 7 misses in the last 8 shots?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't
shots?
since the first game. And they haven't been putting the ball in the middle either.
No.
So this is a good opportunity here for Misfits to kind of take a little bit of a jump. You know, they didn't have a stellar frame with a couple head pins in there, but they have a strike. They have a spare. If Matt can throw the turkey here, that does give them a little bit of a push going forward that they can kind of jump on.
Definitely gives them the chance to start building. But we go for entertainment value on this stream, so we're going to keep it nice and close anyways.
Oh yeah, the black cloud from the commentators always rides high on this stream.
Oops.
That's the percentage. That's the leading stat line.
Yeah,
yeah, the commentators always win.
Matt looking to clean it up here. Slight lead after 3 frames. Obviously, 3 marks on the Revenger side, and we got 2 marks on the Misfit side, but they got a strike working.
Yeah, and it's almost on the ball too for a pin difference, so basically a wash after 3 frames.
Yeah, let's try that again. 7 more frames.
That's a better ball.
Right. And you see on that one, he was over top of his leg all the way through. There was no step out, and direction was infinitely better. Almost gets the rollout for Curtis as well.
I think Curtis, when he let go of that ball, he thought it was good. He's like, why wasn't I doing that?
Yeah. It's something to note, and maybe it's a difference that you can see just in players generally, but the two teams that play out of Bonnie Doon, you have Misfits here, who I'd say aren't necessarily the hardest throwers, but kind of middle of the lane, as compared to Next Gen, where most of us throw the ball fairly hard, yet they score pretty close to where we get to. It's everybody complains about Bonnie Doon being a hard thrower's house, but they're showing you can still compete without that ball speed there.
Yeah.
For example, like Kaylee throwing strikes.
Haven't Next Gen been throwing like 1500s consistently? No team is getting close to that mark, Bradley. What are you?
Well, we haven't been throwing them consistently.
What are you talking about? Your team averages like 1420. There is no team in the league that is throwing close to what Next Gen's throwing.
We can pull up the stat line.
Yeah, let's pull up that stat line.
I don't have
Bradley,
that stat line.
Over 300. Jeremy's average. Over
No,
300.
I was 299. I know that. That's the first time I didn't do that.
Cody's average. 295.
Where is Next Gen? Next Gen. Right here. So we have Bradley Ticat averaging 299.63.
Okay, we can round that up to 300.
Jenna Lamoureux, 267. Tyler Ticat, 303. Julia Robko, 266. Cody Steer, 295. Haley, 260. Jeremy Harrison Chuck, 314. Madison Jenkins, 259. Team is averaging 285.
Yeah. Let's rethink that comment, Bradley.
It's relatively close. They're competitive on their side, which was the crux of what I was saying.
Yeah.
Misfits as a team is averaging 253.
Sorry, what did you say their average? 289, you said?
285.
280.
Misfits are averaging 253.
Sorry, 253.
So it's only 2 balls.
32 sticks.
Yeah, so just over 2
Is it
balls.
1265, and you guys average 1425. That is a 160-point difference per game on your team averages.
Minor details.
But I do agree with you, Bradley, on the premise that Bonnie Doon is not just a hard thrower's house. I do agree with that.
Plus, you'd have to ignore the day we played at Sherwood Park and we shot like $3,000 for 2. So
we could take those two out, and you're still averaging 1420 as a team. Like,
right. Ignoring my bumbling of stats, it was a better frame for both teams that time. We got 4 marks and 5 marks, if I'm reading that through the Revengers logo again.
Yes, correct. 5.
There we go.
4 marks because the Brad had a head pin.
All right.
Wow, I love being right.
And one day we'll get you right on what rotation you throw, Katie.
Huh. Interesting comment. It's possible to do both. It's possible to do both things.
The crickets. Loud as ever. Revengers starting to heat up here in the right before the commercial break. Misfits from strikes. Yeah.
Seems like these two teams, they're throwing marks at the same time and they're throwing garbage at the same time.
Yeah, it's definitely peaks and valleys today. There's not a lot of grinding, it looks like.
They're having those rough frames. And both of them seem to snap out of it after a couple.
Ooh.
Here's a head pin for Ron, though.
Ron's not doing great on the odd lane.
No.
Good old 2-lane teams, you know, tricky they are. Boiled the right lane a little differently.
Another strike for Josie.
A double.
So up to the 5th frame, most of these matches are fairly close. It's not really like an obvious thing of if there's pulls that need to be made or anything. Maybe the one to look at is Ron with the 3 head pins out of 5. But none of the matches are runaway in favor of anybody. So
this Doug Jamie match could be kind of the difference maker right now.
Yeah, the 4-5, I think, is where you're going to look and see those gaps. If
Yeah.
Matt puts one on the side here, he's going to start to open up a gap.
Yeah, he'll hopefully be covering Doug's match.
Yeah.
Because right now Jamie will be outside of 3 balls.
And that is a pull.
Yep.
And
we
Nelson
have-
going in for Brad Moens.
Yeah, Nelson Prank in the 5th frame for Brad Moens.
Definitely makes sense. Brad was high just about every shot and got rewarded once in the corner the other time. So in these 1-game matches, there's not necessarily the time to let him try and fine-tune it out.
No, he can definitely go over to a practice lane and try to work on it while getting ready for the next match. But
That is definitely what we would be doing. And good shot for Schultz.
Got the double. So we got 524 for the Revengers.
527? 36?
17?
17.
517 for the Misfits. We'll run our commercial break and bring the second half of this match.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
All right, here we go. 517 to 524 for the Revengers. See what teams come out of the break with.
Yeah, equal doubles. A lot of equal hits. Definitely going to be a 5-frame race home.
Oh, another head pin for John.
That'd
Curtis
be his
gets
first
pop-
Katie.
What?
That'd be his first plow today.
Oh. I just meant, okay, another head pin for the Revengers. Coming from John.
So Curtis can gain mark here.
Wow, a chop spare.
Good to keep the marks going. Gives him a chance to try and open up a little bit more of a lead there.
Double up
Great.
for Danny.
Yeah, great double. And Kaylee with the triple.
Keeps it covered. So with Ron, do you think on the break, either he was probably throwing balls off on the side, but do you think Barry also gave him the good old one ball talk of you've got one ball?
Yeah, I don't I don't know their dynamic too well, but I would assume Ron kind of knows where he's at. Yeah.
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 It makes sense, especially with Josie showing the triple across the way. Change it up. See what happens.
Mr. Gall going in.
Oops. Revengers
Ooh.
coming out strong. That head pin to start, and then 3 strikes in a row to.
Yeah, their 2, 3, 4 are pretty dialed in for the last few frames here. 8 out of the 9 since 4.
Yep.
Nelson's first shot here is about the same as Brad.
Sometimes that happens.
You make the sub to do just as good as what you're pulling and hopefully better. And at the moment, it's the same.
Yep.
Except he's going to leave some pins on the deck. But I guess Brad
Hey,
did that
there's
in
the
the
3
second.
pin out. Jerry's 3 pin out. It's the exact same.
Yeah, true. Way
Vast
ahead.
improvements.
Schultz looking for his first triple here.
That looks good. There you go. Always tell when he's feeling it out of the hand.
Yeah.
Question for you two. In the situation for the Regina with Brad and now Nelson, is there a situation or how many shots do you give Nelson if he continues to plow before you could, in theory, make that second pull in the same spot?
I think I would be looking to see first, is there another match where we need to make a change? Because that match with Nelson and Nelson and Matt is like already starting to put some distance between it.
Yeah.
So if we could steal another point somewhere else, that would be my priority. Depending on what I want to do with the people on the bench, like if I wanted to get Crystal in the game, I'd maybe give him 7 first ball and 8, maybe. I don't know.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of those unique things in the Pro League here that we don't get to see in any other situation. So always interesting to hear other people's opinions on it.
Yeah, the double pull. It's happened quite a bit.
Yeah.
I love that.
Something that used to be a part of the open mix team years ago.
Yeah.
Danny not letting
Another
up.
big shot for Danny.
Kaylee can keep it going, keep her lead on him, and keep her team momentum going, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Josie punch. Ooh, and lost count as well.
It's far from ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is she still has quite a bit of a cushion on her match, but for team total, for sure, that's not ideal.
Yeah, I mean, Derek throws the double here. He gets to a double. He can get it within striking distance at least and keep her honest.
Throws the first one as a slider.
Definitely played the safety line there. Was never going to plow.
Do you think Gall has a safety line?
I mean, depends. The years he wins the cash tournaments, he definitely has a safety line.
Yeah, he talks a lot about his technique and stuff like that, but the years I've played Gall, I think he's more of a feel player than just about anybody out there.
He's
But
definitely one of
he
the field
talks,
players.
yeah, he talks so technical, and it's like, I think you just need to throw at the middle and throw all your rotation. You're so good at it, just do that. Jamie with a big double there.
Yeah.
There for Nelson. Finally get something going at the bottom.
There we go. First ham bone.
Total is right close now.
Yeah. 3
Misfits
frames to go.
couple doubles working, a strike and a spare over on the Revenger side. They have a couple doubles working and a spare. So anybody's game at this point. Oh. That definitely looked like a shot that was just afraid of punching.
Yeah.
Push it off to the side and then we have Crystal coming in. I think that's the right time to make that pull.
Yeah.
The match is within striking distance. Get a spare up on the board or get something going for the last couple frames and anything can happen. But
yeah, and you definitely know Crystal's one of the best out there. She can get it to the side when she needs it as well as anybody. So
yeah. It's nice when you have that bench sitting there ready to go in that's so strong
yeah.
that is just as good, if not better, than some of your starting lineup at times, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously one of the dynamics that you guys have on Next Gen is that it doesn't matter who you put in your lineup, your bench is just as strong, right? So
It's definitely freeing knowing you've got people like Ty or Maddie or Haley or Julie coming off the bench. Makes
a world
Danny
of
with the
feel
ham
less
bone.
scary.
yes.
It's a good squeeze for the chop for Derek.
Gets the spare. Oh, that is not what we usually see out of Josie.
No, definitely not the last few years.
Even as she was going through her approach, you could kind of see something just looked off, that it wasn't going to be where she wanted it to be.
Just seems really, really quick setup to first step. I mean, maybe it's because the camera's a little bit closer, so I can't see it all, but she's not slow by any stretch. I'm not saying that, but it just seems quick even by her standards.
Yeah.
Misfits starting. Yeah. Sorry, just starting to create a little bit of a gap here.
Yeah, they're putting some marks on marks.
Yeah.
A couple opens over on the Revenger side, so they're going to be looking to finish this frame out. This next ball for Doug is going to be a big one when we think about team total being working on that double.
Yeah, they're definitely going to want the two doubles just with the opens around and Misfits not giving them any real opportunities to get 30 pins in a frame.
Oh, and the pin there. Gets the count.
Mm.
And a head turn.
Oh,
Oh, head turn chop for Schultz.
Uh-huh. Huge break for Matt.
yeah.
Can
Keeps the
give the
marks.
team, keep the team momentum going here with another mark.
Great strike for Nelson. Spare for Matt. So Misfits are going into frame 9 with all 5 frames, or all 5 bowlers with marks. Over on the Revenger side, they have that double working and a strike. And down about 20 pins on total.
Yeah.
Big 9th frame here.
9th frame's going to paint a picture, I feel, about what could or could not happen coming home.
And even like outside of team total, some of these matches are really, really close right now. I mean, you have Danny and Kaylee. Danny has the double working, but they're both sitting at 226. Josie with 186, but open to Derek's 146 with a mark.
Yeah, so that can be within a ball coming home.
That can be within a ball.
Or just over a ball, sorry.
Another mark up on the board for the Misfits.
That's a big cover that almost puts that away. See if Kaylee's able to get the right corner out this time.
She's been solid this whole game.
And she does carry it, so that's going to keep Danny honest no matter what coming home.
And he gets a push. He's fired up over there. Hambone.
I believe that's Yahtzee.
Oh, you know what? It's daylight savings time. I need some stuff. I'll be awake in 3 hours. Derek with the punch in 9, so that's going to give Josie some breathing room to kind of just relax into her shot a little bit more.
Yeah, and doesn't force her to mark anymore to still win that match. So
Right.
Josie will want those last 3 frames back.
Yeah.
She's either been really, really on today or like really just not looking comfortable.
I've never personally played at Glencairn. I don't know if either of you two have. What are the approaches like there?
They're good. They're synthetics. They're exactly like Bonnie Dunes.
Okay, so
yeah,
shouldn't be an issue on that front at least then.
Yeah.
Oops. Big strike there at the bottom for Matt.
Yeah. He's definitely doing everything in his power to make sure that that totals gets as far out in front as he can.
Yeah.
I mean, they still have Danny's double working. Doug now has a strike on the board. Nelson looking to get a double going into 10.
Ooh.
That split is not going to help them with team total.
Nope.
They'll be down about 50, definitely down in the marks. But I have seen stranger things happening in 10th frames.
Yeah, and I mean, they're the only ones with the doubles, so there's a lot of pins that can come out of that 2 spot. So it's not dead, but they're going to need some help.
right. So 10th frame, most likely first point's going to be going over to the Misfits side here.
Yep.
Crystal's going to look to get as many points she can for the bottom. Great
Match
job by Curtis.
at the top. Curtis gets that spare or the count on his spare.
Ooh, in the corner.
In the corner for that one. Curtis gets another strike.
And his first double of the game.
Not bad to have only one double and still have like a 240 up there. 250.
And one of those good working games.
So after the first player, Misfits have definitely gotten a little bit more of a cushion going in to the last four players. They extended their lead to about 70. No, 60. Yeah, about 70.
About 70.
Oh,
aces.
And the one spot they were really looking for something. That hurts. And it gives Kaylee a chance to come back and steal this one too.
Yep.
Big shot.
Oh, missed the...
More sticks.
All right, next shot is huge.
Hero 6 is still a respectable game, and he worked hard to get there to give him and the team a chance. So
Yeah, really only had one bad frame, right? The aces is just heavy.
yeah, it's one of those ones. Truthfully, he probably got 6 extra instead of losing 4. And she comes back to win.
Another
Nice
point.
finish for Kaylee. Well bowled game from her. That very easily could have been what, the back 8, was it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Took a point that they were in the whole time. Just
Yeah.
big finish. Great for her.
Good confidence booster going into their second game.
And then it's weekend.
Yeah.
And loose up.
Yeah, great game by Kaylee.
And 3-hole is officially to Regina.
Yep.
See if Derek's able to put a couple shots together here.
Doug throws a strike.
And that gives them the 4th match as well, I believe. Yeah.
279 is what Jamie can max out at.
Yeah, as long as Doug doesn't break a hip and follow a line twice, they're good.
Regina was definitely on the feast or famine train this game's. Lots of strikes, lots of ugliness.
Great finish for Doug. Nice game.
There we go. likely ending up, even though it looks close on total, but we still got Jamie working on a strike and Matt's working on a strike down below. It's looking like it'll be a 6-2 for the Misfits.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Because at this point, Nelson can get team total up to a 1273, and Misfits are already past that.
Yeah. And Matt's locked up the bottom match. 6-2.
Since the commercial break, Misfits really came out and they just stayed steady the entire time. When you look at from frame 6 on, they had no frames where they had less than 4 marks. So they did exactly what they needed to do coming out of that commercial break, especially after having a rough frames 2 and 3 to get the job done.
Yeah.
Didn't necessarily do anything crazy, but they never put themselves in a spot where they needed to catch a little bit of fire. And just kept chipping away the whole time.
Yeah.
Close match overall, right? It's going to be within 50 sticks, 60 sticks. Wasn't a blowout and was close the whole way.
Yeah. It was a great game.
Kind of what we expected, right? We
Yeah.
knew these games were going to be close.
Yeah. Just kind of came down to the 260, 250s being big for the Misfits. And Regina just not quite having one of those quote unquote average kind of games.
Yeah, they had the 2 300s and then all the rest was 230 less, right? They didn't have middle ground games. They had the same thing on the Misfits side. They had the 2 300s but they had 2 middle average games.
Yep.
That's the difference makers right there.
1340 for the Misfits.
Never hurts the feelings.
1273.
Still 80 points lower than next gen team average.
Yeah. That's what I get for trying to be sociable.
All right, we will bring in our team managers here. From the Misfits, we have Barry winning 6-2 over the Revengers. Sarah Bear, how you guys doing?
We're doing good now.
Yeah, for sure.
When we needed. That's when we needed.
Yeah. So obviously we will start with you, Barry. 6-2 win. Great play. Kind of Ron didn't really find anything there. How was your anxiety there with Ron?
He was hitting the 3 head pins there. It just gave him one more chance, and then we warm up during our break and with Kaylee there with 3 misses at the first 3 frames, and then she just lit up the board there, so that helped out. So all in all, everybody did well. Everybody did what they had to do to get us to win. So
for sure,
good on them.
Sarah, the Revengers. It was a close match all the way through. Just kind of came down to those middle matches that you didn't have the 250s, the 260s as we were talking about. How's the team feeling going into the next match against the Eclipse? I know you're probably still sitting in a great position, but obviously the team wants to come with some momentum going into the last 2 games of the season.
Yeah, we're actually feeling pretty good. We know the losses are going to come. This is only our 2nd loss all season. So we lost to a great team, and that just outplayed us, and that's as simple as it was. We pressed a little bit, got the head pins when we shouldn't have. But we've only lost 2 matches all this year, so we're really feeling fine. We're coming into this next match like the previous one is done, not even in our minds anymore. So yeah, we're fresh minds and go back to what we were doing before.
Perfect. All right. Well, we'll run our commercial and we'll bring you back, Sarah, for the next match. And Barry, we'll see you in a couple, roughly an hour.
Yeah.
All right.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
All right, here we go. Ready for our second match of the day. We might as well jump in and bring our managers straight in. Bailey up early and ready to rock and roll today with the Okanagan.
Oh man, I'm
Eclipse.
on the ball. I'll tell you, time change means nothing.
Well, we won't go over what happened last week then. Sarah, welcome back to the show. Bailey, Eclipse, you guys are looking to get in still to the playoffs. It's a very outside chance, or are you looking to play spoiler? What's going on with your team?
Playing spoiler, so we're here to play, and we're looking to end our season on a high note. So a couple good games here would be pretty good for the team overall. Just to come out of the season feeling semi-decent about how we did, but it was definitely a lot of ups and downs on our side. So is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Sarah, and then obviously we talked to you just before the commercial break. The Revengers coming into this with high goals, obviously looking to continue your guys' full season momentum and all that good stuff. Do you guys have anything to add before we jump into lineups and get this match started? Perfect.
Nothing
I
for
like
me.
that. All right, Bailey, let's get your lineup.
I told the team I should tweet, and we all jumped on those.
Wait,
scooters.
was third question for me?
The accent did.
Lineup.
So much going on around. I'm going to assume you said lineup. So our lineup is Chris, followed by me, Yvonne, Drew, and Mike is our anchor. And then on the bench, we have Trevor and Jesse.
And,
So
I know.
Perfect. And Revengers, what you doing, Sarah?
This might come to a surprise since our last game, but I am not changing it at all. So John Mowens is going to lead us off, followed by Danny Bear, Josie Brooks, Doug Clark, and Brad Mowens. And then we have Nelson and Crystal on the bench.
Perfect. All right. We will get you guys into your match. Best of luck.
Thanks.
Good luck.
You too.
All right. I have a little bit of scorekeeping to do while the Eclipse are playing because their scoreboard never shows total because it's hidden behind a little black placard. But we will go ahead and we will get Bradley to do the Eclipse this time.
Sounds good. So on the Eclipse, we have Bailey Lawson, Yvonne Walker, Drew Soroka, Alan Byrne, Chris Bradford, Trevor Rachwalski, Mike Elder, Jesse Buchanan, managed by Bailey Lawson and playing out of Lincoln Lanes.
Perfect. Katie.
Over on the Revengers side, Danny Bear, Josie Brooks, Nelson Frank, Doug Clark, Brian Askin, John Mowens, Brad Mowens, Crystal Hibner, managed by Sarah Bear, playing out of Glencairn Boldrome.
Perfect. All right. Chris is up on the lane, ready to rock and roll.
No messing around, ready to go. And once again for you, Carrie, Chris is not throwing soft rolls.
Not at all, eh?
Nope. Fast start again for John. And I'm actually not opposed to Regina sticking with the same lineup. I mean, kind of like Sarah said, they had success most of the season, so there's no real reason to put a stick of dynamite to it and try and figure out something in the second.
Yeah. No reason at all. They've been solid all season.
Yeah.
And the Misfits put together a great game against them. So
A couple of 5 spares off the gate. Counts like a corner spare.
little head pin there for Yvonne. A little problem with the Revengers camera. That's definitely on their side.
Not the Elon internet you got out there, Carrie?
No, got it all figured out over on this side now, Bradley.
That's good to hear. And good old 10 counts to start. That's one way to loosen up the arm swing, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't been able to watch a ton of the Cargill division this year, but it seems like every time I've seen Drew play, he's played quite well this year.
Yeah, he's been really good. I don't think there's been too much time. I could even pull that up for us. Drew. So Drew's got 5 points, played 8 full games, averaging just under 250. So he's been playing solid.
Yeah. Bit of a different start this time for Regina. A little bit more work involved for the first frame.
Yeah, this is kind of more like their second and third frame.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it out of the way early this time.
Yeah. But a good start for the Eclipse. 4 out of 5 marks. Just that head pin in the 3-hole.
Brad with a great shot there.
Yeah.
And hopefully their camera comes back. There you go.
It was so clear game 1.
It was.
But that scoreboard. Crystal.
Good cover from Chris.
A little bit of a miss from Danny there.
Yeah. Kind of looked like he thought it might have been close and just kicked out a little at the end.
And a little bit of a miss from Daly there. And he gets the 3 spare.
With the ball.
He throws the right speed for that.
Yeah, and going across from the left side helps get it across.
See if Yvonne can get her corner spare. Josie with the strike on her spare. Oh, and just misses. Tried to ride that side and just couldn't get it to hang on. Revengers are coming alive.
Yep, definitely a rebound frame so far.
Chop off over on the Eclipse side.
Looked pretty good too. Almost surprised that it didn't get more, even if it was just a corner.
Oh, the chopped cherry. We sell that shirt.
One of those that you can still find on the 5-pin store.
Yeah, if it was up and running.
Minor details.
Soon.
Miss Plow definitely seems to be the bane of existences today. Seen that a few times.
Sparing them up very well. But 182 for the Revengers through 2 frames. And we got Eclipse right there. At 189. So a little
Nice
bit
and
up.
close.
Chris still looking for his first strike, but
yeah,
managing to keep those spares coming.
Ball 2 has been good, definitely. Sharpen up a little bit on the first ball and start counting at least a little bit more.
Yeah. And John
John,
done some work over on the side after that last game of punching all the time. Or well, I guess he didn't punch all the time. He was missing. But
definitely a productive use of his 15-20 minute break.
yeah.
And Bailey finally gets one to the middle and unfortunately pays the price for it.
Low, slow corner.
Danny
It did
bringing
go
the heat on
down.
that one.
There we go. Just for everybody wondering that didn't see that corner go down on my side, it did go down. So we're good.
Carrie playing referee today.
Well, we know with the playoffs in sight, people are going to be
On
a
top of their
little more sensitive towards certain things.
also look like Josie's found it again through the break. Actually, Yvonne still struggling to find rhythm here.
Yeah, last week she was pretty bang on. And this week, still looking to get to the side of the middle and get that carry.
Mm-hmm.
Good clean though. Doing what she can with what she's been given.
Drew with another punch. Revengers are starting to put lots of marks together here.
Yeah, they're pouring it on early, as it were.
Yeah, I don't think they want to have a repeat of what happened last game where they waited too long to start getting some of those marks going.
Yeah. See if Mike can get them going here. Looks pretty good.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Roasted.
Shot on the side at least, and at this point I think they'll take anything that's given themselves a chance at least.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Staying corner misses.
Those
Carrie loves when teams miss single pin spares.
Single pin spares drive me up the wall when we're missing them. But
does it drive you up as the wall as much as Jim had? I remember his comments when we used to run the King of the Lane or whatever we were calling it, the Universal. Yeah. He was always on everybody's corner spares.
Yeah. He knew what he was talking about.
I mean, he is an 05 Hall of Famer. There's some credence to it.
Yeah.
And leading their Masters, I believe, this year.
Well, there you go. In the seniors division.
No, for the tournament.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
Yeah.
I love how Bradley just always knows like what's going on in every zone everywhere.
Not quite every zone, but I got a good handle on some things. Those that have websites that I don't have to go through 87 links to try and figure out if it's the right one or not.
Yeah, fair.
That's fair. Yeah. When it's all in one place.
Makes life a lot easier.
John loved that one right out of his hand.
Yeah. And the Eclipse are starting to fire now. That's 2 strikes in a row. Doubling their strike count in the game.
Uh-huh.
Brad just firing shots over there.
I've only got 3/4 of the coffee done. It's not all set in. And that looks like the walk of I'm done throwing balls this game.
Yep, Ivan's out.
She's not ready to put him out of his misery yet.
Jesse Buchanan into the game. Not Jessie Bailey, as we referred to her last week.
Oops, that's the wrong division and wrong colored shirts.
It's wrong a lot of things. I owned it. I apologized.
Is this like Northern Manitoba all over again?
It was a very much Northern Manitoba moment. Even as I was saying it, I knew it was wrong, but I still just let it come out of my mouth.
As we were saying, there's too many Jessies in the BC teams.
There is a couple of them hanging around.
And they're all like fantastic, so it's easy to like just make
Also not wrong.
Be the wrong one.
Good spare by Josie.
And good bounce back frame for the Eclipse here. Finally getting marks in a row and putting things there.
Doug with the turkey.
Don't know if that's the right total here. Just give me a second. It is 369.
Wow. 369. Damn, they're fine.
Great shot by Brad. So 120 pin lead after 4 frames. Eclipse gotta make up some ground here.
Yeah. They got signs of life. They've got strikes running now, or they've started throwing strikes, and see if they can get doubles at least going into the break out of it.
Shot by Chris.
Bailey gets his strike.
Bailey. Super skinny spare for John.
Jesse looking to throw a strike over here on the Eclipse side.
A little bit of a tangle.
And that also looks like the walk of I know I'm done for Danny.
I thought that's who you were talking about last time, but
Nope.
he looked done after frame 4.
Yeah.
I mean, also a fair statement, but no, I was looking at the other side this time.
Jesse gets a mark up in that 3rd spot there.
Something to start with after the break.
Great shot by Josie. This is like night and day from what we saw last game from her.
Yeah.
This
Definitely
is more seeing from her.
Definitely a lot sharper, that's for sure.
Mike
Still-
missing another corner.
Not ideal, but he at least got the 43 count out of it, and they converted on 3 of the strikes, so they got a chance to start digging in, because at worst they're only going to be across from 1 double. So they can start to try and dig into that hole, but they're still going to need to keep running it.
Exactly. So yeah, 502 for the Eclipse.
And there's a big strike double at the bottom going into the commercial break.
634 to 502. We'll jump into our commercial break here and bring back the last half of this match.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
All right, here we go. 502, 634 for Revengers.
Second half. Bradford wasted no time getting up on the lane.
He's got some momentum working. Wants to capitalize on it.
Mm-hmm.
See if John can play better after the break this game.
Big fist bump.
Yeah, that was...
Camera's shaking and blurred. Oh, Chris.
That hurts. especially when your team's down a fair chunk and you're playing the guy who's on a heater. Never feels good.
Yeah.
Oops. 3-pin 5 is definitely not what they were looking for from Nelson coming off the bench. And
Also,
Bailey throws his corner on his strike. Make that gap a little bit bigger.
it's trying to make up for some of the other differences, but definitely it's going to need to be a team effort at this point.
Yeah.
And we'll have a happy carry because they finally spared a corner pin.
There we go.
Josie got that one out there and nice strike. Oh, 12 for Jesse. Great count.
Yeah, safe from the good old chop cherry. Wins all around. Good spare. That's a big shot for Drew because that gives him a chance now to catch up to Doug and actually take the lead, I believe, in 5 if he's to throw another one.
Who did Eclipse have last week playing anchor for them? Was it
Drew. Drew played anchor.
And Mike was in 4. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The 3 pins on either side, and it looks like he might be getting a pull.
Yeah. Trevor's going in.
Always what you want your warm-up shot to be at. 9 counts.
Oh, he almost got all of
it. Gave it a run. Gave it a run.
All right. They're out of the 6 frame. Momentum's still building for Revengers, but
yeah, and Eclipse is trying to chip away where they can, but they're definitely not getting a lot of places to.
You're going to need to throw a wall of marks at this point.
Yeah.
There's the first one.
How it starts.
Bailey needs to get a big count on this spare here. Oh, that's what you need if you're the Eclipse right now, right? You throw the marks, the other team.
Definitely, you're at the spot where you're just looking for chances, and then it's on you. So. Solid start for Bailey, though. I mean, with only the 1 double in there, having 100 and pretty close 155, 158 kind of thing, and 7 isn't going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Continuing to struggle on the 2-hole on the opposite side.
So. I feel like we may end up seeing that double pull in 2 on Revengers this game. Like, I'm calling it now.
That's fair. It's definitely got to be in the thought because everybody else seems to be going just fine.
there's not really any other match where I'm like, oh yeah, they definitely need to be looking at pulling there. And that 2-hole, like, I mean, you're in the 7th frame and we just got to 100. That spare might buy him like a little extra, but
Might buy him a ball on the side. Might not have to be a strike, but might get a little bit.
yeah. But I would be very shocked at this point, unless he starts just running strikes, that we're not going to see that double pull happen.
Yeah. Big strike for Drew.
Four in a row, ham bone. You haven't seen the 12 strike shirt? It was over at Youth Challenge Provincials. Did you take some to Regina?
Yes, we did.
Need to get one of those if you don't have one already.
Evolution of the strike in the 5 PL.
Another 5 spare. 3 of those in a row for Doug.
Uncharacteristic. I was thinking he was going to go off. Last game he went miss spare, I want to say, and then threw a bunch in a row. So
You can't do that every game, Brad. Then it just becomes predictable.
it's a lot less stressful when you do it that way, though.
It is a lot less stressful. I always like when you can throw like a 4-bagger somewhere in the first 6 frames, because then the last 4 frames just don't feel like as much of a...
You feel less like, oh my God, I need every strike coming home.
Yeah, like it's so much nicer to throw the front half than the back half because you need to.
Fair.
I unfortunately throw the back half a lot more often than I throw the front half.
Feel much more accomplished when you do it that way, though, and you actually do it.
Just is so much more work. Takes way more brain power. When you're doing it at the front of a game, it just is like easy, freewheeling. When you're doing it at the back half of the game, you're like, oh my God, another one. I need another one.
Yeah.
I have 94 in the 7th frame. I need all the strikes now.
And Nelson finally rights the ship. So
He's bought himself some more time.
gets at least a ball in 9.
5 spare up on the board for Chris. That counts like a corner spare.
30 counts don't hurt. Might need a little bit more, but they're not going to hurt you anymore.
That's going to be the new 5PU shirt that sells.
What shirt is this? Sorry, just dealing with cameras here.
Okay, that the 5 spare counts the same as a corner spare if it's on a spare.
For sure.
Counts the same as a corner spare. 4 in a row for Josie. And another head pin for Bailey. So he still has a bit of a lead. Not when he does things like that.
No.
That makes it a little bit more complicated. Ooh.
What was that you were saying about a couple 5 spares and then you go off?
I said that's what he did last game. Apparently, that was not the game plan here.
Not not quite. He's going to really want to come back in those last 2 frames, though, because that match is still very close. But over on Drew's side, he does have the double working, so it can very quickly get out of hand on him.
Yeah.
The 3-5 is not going to be what he was hoping for sure.
No, makes 9 a lot more important now, that's for sure.
Yeah. Jessie just looked like she kind of dropped her shoulder a little bit more than usual on that one and didn't quite get it out on the lane enough to get it back to the middle.
Yeah. She definitely creates a lot of rotation and angle the way she throws it. So when she hits the side, she throws a ton of strikes, but sometimes that consistency is
For sure.
not quite where it could be.
Yeah. And the difference, like I know people are probably looking and being like, she always drops her shoulder, Katie, but like there was definitely a difference in the first shot where it was just a little bit lower than usual, which forced her arm to try to have to get it to come back to the middle as opposed to just getting it out on the lane and over her spot. So
yeah,
it's that little difference in approach that can make a big difference of whether she's hitting the middle and throwing nothing but strikes or just that little bit off.
Yeah, when we're playing games of fractions of inches, every little thing like that makes a huge, huge difference.
For sure. So here, this is exactly like the best case scenario that Doug could have asked for coming from Drew. An open an 8, so he can go into the last 2 frames about 20 pins down. 22 down. If anything was going to happen for Doug, that is what he was looking for. Revengers have that strike at the top and in 2. They have the double working in 3 and then a double working at the bottom. So they've got lots of marks going into the 9th frame for team total. Over on the Eclipse side, not quite as many. Lots of, or a couple spares, no strikes on the board.
Yeah,
Total is
definitely
like
going to be. Go ahead, Katie. Sorry.
It's pulling away.
Yeah, they're definitely not trying to leave this to chance.
Yeah. All right, Eclipse looking for a big 9th frame here.
Good squeeze out of that, a little high, going across. And a second set of aces for Regina on the day.
Another single pin miss there.
Not ideal on either side.
Oh my goodness. Tyler just commented, morning friends. Joel would like to deem the 3 pin after any kind of mark a shit in the tub.
Oh boy.
Yes, Joel. I would also agree with you that when you throw a 3 pin on a mark, it is a shit in a tub.
Bailey gets that one to the side. Gives him a chance to shut it out no matter what Nelson does.
Oh, head pin, Jesse. She's come into this game really solid, throwing nothing but marks, but unfortunately just not enough to catch Josie over on the Revengers, who's just been throwing lights out over there.
He's basically been throwing nothing but strikes since then, so.
Yeah. Can't see what she did in 5 just because of the logo, but for sure since 6 she's been on the strike train.
Yeah.
Nelson gets the 12.
$15. I think they score corrected and didn't reset the pin.
Oh, okay. There.
Good shot for Drew.
Drew back on it.
Means he's in control, and no matter what Doug does, he controls his destiny. Thankfully for Josie, that didn't necessarily mean a whole lot.
Right. Total is pretty solid at this point. Her match is already won at this point. You can afford to throw a 3 pin there.
We can blame Joel on that one. That wasn't us. He talked about that.
Let's put 3 pins out into the universe a little bit.
Big
Eclipse.
shot for Doug here, though, for his individual match.
Yeah. He basically has to put that strike up on the board right now. Otherwise,
Mark for sure. He gets it to the middle, so that's a good starting place. Oh, it did go.
oh, it did go. The corner went.
I got the suspense of watching them stand there still for 5 seconds without anything moving.
All right. This double is going to be a big one here at the bottom.
Puts
really
this one on the
nail
side. It's a stranglehold.
Team total and his match. And
That was a good shot.
another example of someone who first game really struggled, but then must have made a couple changes or adjustments in the break and while he was sitting on the bench, and came back in and just has been throwing great this game.
Yeah, both Moans brothers took advantage of the extended break they got.
Chop off for both of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very different chop offs, but chop offs nonetheless.
Match and set. John gets his spare. And Chris takes out the 2-pin. That match has gone to the Revengers.
Yeah. And unfortunately, more pins are going to lose in 10 for the Eclipse.
All right. So let's get up with the 2-hole here. Bailey working on a strike. He does have a little bit of a lead already, 20 pins, and that strike working. So he is in a good position to take his point.
Yeah. One ball on the side will go a long ways.
Nelson throws the first one. Bailey,
Ooh.
the slow corner pushover, so he gets his mark.
And that is a win for them, I believe. 208,
Yeah.
he's 203 out.
To 203, so a point for the Eclipse. Nelson throws another one up there, but unfortunately a little too late.
But doing what he can to make sure that there's no last minute shenanigans with the total at the end.
For sure. I mean, with 3 bowlers to go,
Chances were not in Eclipse's favor.
Revengers have about a 200-point lead. And they have the double working at the bottom plus a strike. At this point, it should be pretty well
Yep.
locked up for them. I guess it's about a 150-point lead, but 5 side for Bailey or for Jesse. Her match is already over. Josie's taken that for the Revengers.
Yep.
She throws another one up there. Coming back from her fiasco in the tub.
Yes, now that we have that wonderful enlightenment. Now here's some interesting ones. Drew is not waiting for Doug. He is just going to go up and freewheel and try and put it away without worrying.
And he pushes the head pin.
That makes things all the more interesting.
Eee.
Sticks are big, though. I think Stick still forces Doug to get the first ball on the side.
So a 2-pin on his second
Or
shot.
Sparrow. It's 39,
Probably
46.
251 max. if he cleans up his side.
Yeah.
250.
248.
Yeah, so 248. Doug,
And that is big shot.
so he's already at 240 with 2 balls to play.
And this ball is double.
So even a 5-side here will win it.
Yeah. Good shot from Trevor. Fortunately, also in the too little, too late category, but good rhythm to find going into their next game.
Doug gets the triple, so he has taken that match. And it looks like it's going to be a 7-1 split.
I agree. Good double for Doug, too. 320 and change, 280s. Never hurt. And good shot for Brad there. Solid 10th frame, generally speaking, by Regina, even though the match was kind of put away already. They all got their first balls on the side, 4 of them throwing the first one, so can't be too mad at that.
Yeah, and even John, who didn't get the first strike, he spared his chop and then was able to get a count on it. So
yeah. Well-bowled game, just about top to bottom for Regina. Unfortunately, Eclipse just never really had much of a response to what they had.
it is hard to come up against almost 1,400 also, right? So.
Yeah, 1,400s definitely win more than they don't. And then, 1,390. Well bowled, and 7-1 goes a long way for Regina in that situation.
Yeah, for sure. 1131 or 1132 for the Eclipse, 1390 for the Revengers. Bring everybody back in here. And we'll bring in our managers. Sarah Bear from the Revengers, 7-1 win. And Bailey once he gets himself settled here.
Say hi.
There we go.
Hi.
7-1 win for the Revengers. Great way to finish the week off for you guys. You still have 2 more matches to go. Do you play next week or is it the last week?
We play
They play
next
again.
week and
April
then
7th?
on April 7th.
Oh, so split.
Oh wait, no, we don't play next week.
Oh, I was going to say, I think you guys play the last
Just April 7th.
play against us on April 7th.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Bailey,
Yeah.
how's the team? How's the team after that match?
We're just vibing.
Vibing. Love it.
It's we're having fun, but never mind. Everyone else says no, but Regina, like you guys played a great game, 1390, some stellar games. And everyone on your guys' team is so reliable too. Like anyone there can throw a great game. So it was good to watch as well.
Well, thanks,
Yeah, for
dude.
sure.
That was nice.
So obviously Eclipse, you guys have an hour break before you play your last match of the season. So I'm sure the vibes will keep on going through that hour break. And Sarah, Revengers, we'll see you on April 7th, and a split day for you guys, but a good finish.
Yep.
All right, we'll check you all at the next match here.
Say bye.
Hi, Allie.
Bye.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
All right, here we go. Jump straight into our next match. We'll bring in our managers. Here comes Robert. Strolling into the stream.
Had to finish my beer.
We've already talked to the Misfits a bit. Barry, you and yourself. Obviously, you had a great first match. Robert, Kingpins sitting in a playoff spot. Misfits are climbed into that kind of the same realm as where you guys are at. So this is a big match for both of you guys right now.
It's a little huge.
A little huge. How are the Kingpins feeling, and what did you do to get ready?
Well, what did we do to get ready?
Saw you had breakfast this morning.
We did have breakfast. We had a few old fashions last night.
Nice.
And yeah, some are hungover. But we're good.
Perfect.
Good to go.
Yeah. Barry, you guys had the hour break. What did the team do? Did you guys throw some practice? Did you go eat? What did the team do for you guys?
Just the last few frames there of the last game, they started getting up to warm up again here. Getting ready, getting their happy vibe going again. They're gelling pretty good here. So
Leave that happy vibe at home.
For sure.
Seen enough of your Misfits last weekend. Taking all our cash.
Oh yeah, down in the Heartland Bowl, you guys had a small cash tournament, no tap tourney. A lot of the pro league players go down.
Curtis the winner.
yeah,
Perfect. All right, can we grab your lineup here, Robert?
Sure. We got Eric Chose, Carl, the Holiday Greg Gigalick, Schwartz, and Baker. We will put Anthony and Gino on the bench. Scott will not be eligible this game.
All right. And Barry, line up for the Misfits.
Yeah, we're keeping it as our first game again here with Curtis leading off, Kaylee second. We have Ron in our third spot, Jamie fourth, and Matt doing the anchor job, and Michelle and Derek on the bench.
All right. Perfect. Well, best of luck and have a good match, guys.
Good luck.
Thanks. Here we go.
All right. Kingpins and the Misfits. We apologize for some of the blurry cameras here. It's not an internet issue. It's just a camera placement issue that we're dealing with, but we'll make the best and work with what we got.
At least the scoring system appears to be up and working in Stettler this week.
Oh,
Sort
boy.
of.
yeah. I'll see if I can fix that in the background here.
The lane cameras are great, though.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll just test everybody's math out on this Sunday morning. Definitely a big game, though. Let's go. Misfits can almost pull even if if Misfits are able to put it together. They're going to be almost able to pull even on points with Heartland.
Some back-to-back strikes there for the Kingpins.
I thought it was corner spare strike.
Oh, maybe it was. The way he came off the lane, I missed the first ball.
This is fair. Eric's got that right kind of energy where it's hard to tell sometimes.
Oh, and he gets the push.
Always good sign when the pins fall inwards and not outwards. See if Ron was able to find anything on their break here and get it to the side. And seems to have found that.
Another strike. So corner spare and then 3 strikes for
Both teams so far, I believe. It was good to see Jen make a run again in Regina a couple weeks ago while that was running off.
Yeah, she played really good. I don't remember. She made it to the 16s or the
Fours?
8s, I think.
I thought it was the 4s for some reason. I thought you lost to Dwayne in the 4s.
Very well could be.
Oh, banner adjustment for the Kingpins as well.
Get their sponsors in the frame.
solid starts for both teams. 3 strikes and a spare, and then 3 strikes and 2 spares. Curtis with the unfortunate plow. Eric going the exact opposite way and happy to get 4 pins, barely touching the middle.
Spares on spares.
And corner spares at that. Good to see those being made again. Curtis cleans his plow.
Double. Kaylee looking for a big mark here. Count on her spare. Head pin, not what she was hoping for.
No, that's 3 in a row for the Misfits now. Matt plowed out the bottom of the first frame and start the next one off with 2. .30 count for Greg.
Schwartz gets the corner.
I think they were talking too much about the no-tap tournament. They forgot they need all 5 for strikes in this event. Ron guards against the plow and just misses it.
We apologize for the score camera once again. We'll try and get that fixed during the commercial break.
Oh, Baker leaves a corner pin also.
Definitely that questionable thin spot, unfortunately, for Jens. Just never know when it gets to that one. But Jamie gets a markup, so hopefully that's a start for the Misfits after a couple opens in a row.
And Baker leaves that corner. She didn't want it anyway. And Schultz gets the strike.
Lots. All said and done, though, that didn't hurt them too much, the Misfits, even with all the plows on there. Three corners in a row for Eric to start. And 3 for 3 on the corner spares. Curtis covering his as well.
You can get the 281 scoring every corner pin.
I thought it was 285.
I thought it was 280.
It's
28 times
280.
10.
I told these players when I was coaching them for years that they could get a 285 if they had a whole game of corner spares.
Oh boy.
I think the way my math works better.
Coral's off to the fast start with a triple.
Looks like a spare strike for Greg.
Yeah. See if Sean and Jen can channel their inner Gino and go miss a corner on a 7-bagger with them in the pit there.
The logic. Oh, chop.
Fast chop.
Ron gets his strike.
Yeah.
And you chop off for Jamie.
Sean spares the chop, which is always a sigh of relief in my books.
And so does Jamie.
Also a sigh of relief. Oof. Chance for Schultz here to try and jump out to a little bit more of a lead.
Schultz gets the 5 spare. Lots of marks working for the Misfits. Lots of marks working for the Kingpins.
Yeah, definitely seeing the spare game come forward this game. Lots of spares. A few strikes here and there, but trying to get the job done with spares. See if Eric's able to get out the left corner this time.
Finally gets that strike.
There he goes.
Fired up. Curtis with a bit of a miss.
Good cover, though.
There. Another strike up on the board for Coral.
That is another ham bone, I believe.
Yep.
Oof, that was a lot of pins for Kaylee. It was pretty high. Plow from Greg gives Ron a chance to draw pretty close to even with him now if he's able to get this one on the side. Good squeeze again for the Misfits.
Oh, and a head pin for Schwartz.
I know at the end of last season, before Sean had his knee issues, he was talking about converting to a 4-step. Do you know, Carrie, did he commit to that? And is he still playing that? Or is he... Because it looks like he's taking more steps. I just can't tell if it's a 4-step or a 5-step.
I think it was a 4-step. I'm pretty sure. I know, like you said, with his knee and stuff like that, it might be 5 steps.
Like, it looks like it's 5 steps to me.
Oh, 4.
4, okay. At least he chose the camera to put the 4 fingers up to the one we could read it on.
Yeah.
Good shot for Jamie there. Looks like 479 by the looks of it for the Kingpins, if I can read through it.
That's the best I can make out on it. 429.
It's like a puzzle.
Hopefully we can get that cleared up and viewable. Because I'm not guessing.
No. Good shot for Schultz there.
All right. There we go. 5th frame. Everything you can get in before the commercial break.
Yeah. Lots of chances to set yourself up for the last half here in this game, especially for the Misfits. Oh.
Lost the camera.
Did it die? I think those Kingpins had one too many old fashions last night.
Oh, it's
very
back.
least the technology did. Good shot for Eric. He's feeling it. Good response by Curtis, though. He's holding his own against it. Oof. And a 3rd set of aces on the day. Good shot from Greg.
All right. Ron with the late
Oh.
corner.
The friendly bounce out of the pit. And that was pretty pure out of Sean's hand.
Jamie looking for her double. And does she get the corner to push? No.
Good shot, though.
Another corner for Baker.
Just about the exact same hit. Good cover. And the spare.
Corner spare.
This has been hard work today alongside the Miss Bears.
Oh, Robert's gonna try and move camera while we're still streaming. See if I can just blank that out so we don't see his face.
Let's see if Schultz can give the Misfits here a double to start with going in, or to work with in the last half of the game.
And he
There
gets
goes.
into 6.
So it looks like 686 or 684
I think it's 84, but
to 544. All
Yeah.
right. We will go into commercial break and see if we can fix those cameras for you.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
All right, here we go. We got a readable score of 604 to 544.
that split makes a lot more sense.
There we
Glad
go.
we have screens that we can read again.
Look at that. What a difference.
Looks great. Great job by the Kingpins to help us fix that issue. And
Good to know they got good tech support out in those neck of the woods. Unfortunate plow for Curtis to start off for the Misfits. Eric is still firing.
Coral gets back on it.
1-2 for the Kingpins definitely seem to be the difference makers at the moment. Just running lots of strikes never's going to hurt you, that's for sure. Looked like a pretty good shot from Greg to chop off of.
Kaylee wanted that corner to go, and it just didn't get there.
Yeah, not quite getting the push this game that she got the first game.
Oh, and Greg misses his chop spare.
Good cover again for Katie, although she can keep doing. Double for Ron. Good to see him put a couple marks in a row finally. Game one was definitely a bit of a struggle for him, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, and a head pin for Sean. Jamie throwing that strike, so that's going to give her a little bit of some buffer going into these last 4 frames here. They've been kind of keeping it close with most of them pinning away at it. No one really going on a run of strikes, but making spares and cleaning up things. But it's starting to get a little bit of a distance between them now.
Yeah, Jamie and Matt are trying to mirror Eric and Coral, but definitely need to find something. Wonder if Gallagher is considering that pull. I mean, Sean has unfortunately not been able to get 2 marks in a row, and he's close, but definitely is going to have to be able to find something here shortly, not only for his own match, but for the team total. As Schultz throws a turkey there.
you got Schultz heating back up here again.
Yeah.
And Jen just looks like she's just a little bit off in her timing even. Like that last ball, she kind of dumped it out to the side, hooked her hand back to try to get it to come back around, and it didn't. That was a little bit better, but over pushed it.
Yeah, I mean, she's not one that usually has a big upper body tilt or anything, but even by her standards, it looks like she's leaning back onto her heel more than usual, so it's just get pushy out in front. Cleans it up. So Misfits definitely with a chance this frame to dig into that deficit a little bit. Got the 2 doubles to count.
This will be a big shot. There you go. And
Big
bone.
both of them.
Good shot for Curtis too. Keeps their marks going. They've now
Oh, she got roasted.
3-pin died in the gutter there. Unfortunate plow for Kaylee there. And with that, we see our first pull of the game with Michelle Hoyle going in.
Yeah. Second frame. Coral with a single pin spare.
It's two in a row now that have been kind of. Well, the chop was a good shot, but the spare shot looked very short, and that shot again on the plow was short coming through it. So don't know if he's just squeezing it a little bit, trying to make it, or knows that Ron's on the double. But
This spare here will put Ron in a really good position coming into the last part of this game.
definitely will give him a firm grasp on it.
And he gets it.
That's good.
Jamie here looking to make the gap a little bigger.
Yeah, piling it on.
Sean throws the strike. Jamie with a head pin.
That keeps that match interesting then.
For
Sean's
sure.
able to put another one there.
Yeah. Baker looking to get something going here.
Yeah.
There's the strike.
That's the one she's looking for.
I think that might have been her like throw a strike or you're done kind of frame.
Definitely kind of looked like they had that stance behind her already.
Yeah. I know that Baker tends to have a little bit longer leash than a lot of people, but
you still have to have it.
Every leash comes to an end eventually.
Yes.
Matt looking to throw the matching hand bone to Eric's at the top of the Kingpins.
Yeah.
Does that. This match is within 2 balls.
Yeah. Lots of marks on the other side, though.
Well, they have the double up at the top and a spare and 2 strikes. But even over on the Misfit side, they have a spare and 1 strike. And if Matt throws this one,
double
they
working.
have the double. So really, Kingpin's only up in marks by 1 strike at this point.
Yeah. And 2 balls in hand.
Team total just got...
Oh, 1 ball in hand now. It's within 2 balls.
within
And that
2
mark.
balls, and they have 1 extra mark. Yeah.
Balled.
Curtis wasting no time. He misses.
Oh, Eric knew right away.
He punches. So this will be a big spare for Curtis for team total.
Yeah.
That closes down that double.
Unfortunately, his individual point is a little bit out of reach, but that spare would have been nice for the bottom.
Yeah, definitely one of those situations where you're down and you miss, and it wasn't like it didn't look like a terrible shot. It just missed.
Yeah.
And then you plow the second ball knowing you could have gotten extra sticks out of it. It's going to be frustrating.
Michelle looking to get something going here in that 2-hole. Again, another spot where the match itself is out of reach, but It's big for the bottom to get that mark up on the board.
Yeah, even if she's able to put up 4 marks in the last 3 frames, that's going to go a long way to clawing back the bottom number. And unfortunately, that is going to make it quite tricky.
And here the Kingpins are kind of doing the opposite and just throwing some marks up there.
Yeah, they're definitely bearing down here.
These bottom 2 strikes are going to be huge for the Kingpins.
Definitely.
Sean pulls it across his body.
Yeah. To be fair, that's only their second miss as a team this game, so.
Yeah.
30 count still isn't going to hurt. Chips into the lead Jamie has on him for the individual match.
Great shot by Ron.
Important thing, right? Just keep getting marks. Avoid those big open frames.
Yep.
Great ball for Jamie.
Good shot for Jen.
Baker's found it. 6 frames in.
180 in 4 frames never hurts my feelings any.
No.
Good
Solid
squeeze
corner
for Schultz.
Matt. Yeah.
So both the run of strikes have come to an end.
Something caught Matt there.
Yeah, 11:35. I could imagine the birthday parties are starting to roll in there, and no matter how well focused you are, sometimes it just catches you.
Obviously, a good little regroup.
Yep.
Went in
But
and
now,
got.
but now it's outside, 2 balls, right? And they got rid of those doubles working.
Yeah, Misfits have the 2 strikes and a spare, but over on the Kingpins, they have the 2 strikes, a spare, and that double working at the bottom. So
Definitely looking for a big 9 on the Misfit side.
there's the
That's
first
how you
strike.
start it.
Eric gets one too. He's like fired right up.
I would say that the Kingpins seem to be one of the more animated teams in the league. You
Yeah.
always see Eric running it out and giving it the big woo.
They're definitely invested.
Coral gets the pushover on her corner.
Oof.
Michelle liked that.
Definitely think that's where she wanted it. I mean, make the spare, at least keep marks going, have something to build off of in 10.
Oh, and misses the spare shot. That 2-hole is just rough for team total at this point. I mean, down 130.
Yeah, that's 2 games in a row where it's been tough goings for at least one team in the 2-hole. It's a big shot for Ron. If he's able to throw the strike here, he'll be able to really be in control. Yep. 2 balls plus a hit if he's able to throw this one. Oh, another late faller. Schwartz with a little pull again. Big shot from Jamie. That just about does it for the 4th hole match.
Yeah. That's putting it pretty far out of reach here.
Yeah, even with the spare, if Sean's able to get it.
Yeah, Sean just never able to piece anything together.
Yeah, just good cover. Helps with team total because that is still very much in play for both teams. Schultz with the big strike. Misfits are definitely giving it everything they can here at the end.
Yeah. Big.
Yeah.
Keeping the team momentum up.
Very large.
So 60 sticks. So we're at 4 balls. And
Each
all
team's
marks.
Each team's got 2 doubles.
Yeah.
Okay. First position will go to
Sideways on
Heartland. Ooh. Spare is important here for Curtis, though. Pinfall. Good cover.
There. Looking to put another strike up on the board and get as many points as possible in 10.
Yeah.
So 11:48 after 1 bowler in 10 for the Kingpins. And 10:98 over on the Misfits side. Coral throws another strike on her double, though.
Great game for Coral.
She's crushing it.
Aces in the middle, otherwise that isn't, not that it isn't already a monster, but it's even bigger. Yeah. And Michelle carries that one fine for the strike. And truthfully, if she throws the double here, that's more gainers in 10 that they'll get. I don't know how to respond to Len's comment there.
I was just gonna say I just saw now Len's like little smart aleck comment.
Well, we're
We
trying
were
to
using-
guess Sean's approach.
My kindergarten teacher would tell me Sean takes 5, not 4 steps.
We're just going off of what Bob told us. He put up 4 fingers. Or
It
what
might
looked
not
like
have
4
been.
fingers.
It might not have been for Sean's approach. Maybe.
Who knows? Michelle does get the double though, so they'll get a couple more sticks out of the second hole or 2 spot in 10 here, so keep chipping away. I mean, Kingpins are doing a good job of controlling it, but
Greg opens up for a 220. Ron has already taken this match for the Misfits. He needs to put some big counts up on that double he has working, though.
this first one is a very, very big shot for team total. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Good
Sean
shot by
finds the
Sean.
side. Yeah.
Looks like they're looking for a respot on the Misfits side as well.
Yeah, I think it counted as a split, and so they had to
And then they pull the split again.
Yeah.
Ron through the hole.
That hurts in that spot.
Jamie.
2 down 100. Ooh.
Jamie just gotta keep it on the lane here. For her
Yep.
point. It's enough.
Yep, that's enough for the win. Fortunately, I do think that spells the end of it for total, though.
I think so, yeah. Especially with that double working over for Baker.
Yeah.
I mean, Schultz has a strike, but that double is going to be counting big.
Gave it the run at least for the Misfits, though. They gave themselves the chance at 9, unfortunately, just couldn't quite get there through 10, but and to get out of it with 3 points still, even though it's a loss, it's one of the few losses where you don't feel like you're really behind the 8 ball with.
Oh, Jen closes out any doubt. What can she max out here for?
98, isn't it? Or 96? 98.
98.
90, yeah.
So Matt just needs to pick a stick here. Oh, that doesn't
It doesn't matter anyways.
5-3 split.
It's definitely making the division here tighter and tighter, it feels like.
Well,
I know maybe not.
As a dream crusher, we wanted to see one output. And we're kind of getting a mixture of all of it.
Yeah, it definitely is beating in circles again.
Yeah. It's making us really, really have to be really good next week or next time.
Which we will be.
Yep. All right. Let's get our team managers ready here. So from the Misfits, we have Barry, and from the Kingpins, Robert Gallagher. Welcome back to the show, guys. Kind of a tale of two stories, that match, right? You had some really hot players, and you had some players that didn't find anything till the end and kind of decided team totals there.
Yeah, for sure. It was a battle. Holy cow! They kept coming back. We kept trying to get a bigger lead, but they hung in there top fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, their top two players there went away, and then our bottom two to try and keep up with them. And the rest just keep it going. Too many head pins for us. I think we had about 9 of them altogether. Especially in the 10th, it didn't help us.
Yeah.
The 5-3 split obviously isn't the worst case scenario for the Misfits. That still gives you some extra points up in there. Heartland, obviously, a win is a win, so that definitely puts you farther into the playoff position that you were. And now you got a big match against the Eclipse to kind of solidify that position.
It just got that match just became a little bit bigger.
Yeah, exactly. So, Bradley, I know you were kind of keeping track. What does that give the Misfits for total points?
Give me 2 seconds here. So
47.
47?
Not quite 47, Bob.
47?
48 points.
Were they at 39?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at old ones then.
Yeah. They were at 39.
Your 5-pin universe website is very old then, because I see 25.
It's 47.
I'm looking at the website and it says 39 points, number 6, the Misfits.
Oh, you said Kingpins. I heard Misfits. That would be why.
No, we're at 43. 45. Sorry.
Okay, then I have no idea what I'm looking at.
I got you.
I'm here.
I got you.
I showed up.
Misfits have 48. Kingpins have 45. So meaning Kingpins got to get 3 points here, and they'll get the split against Misfits because they beat them. So that is the goal for the Kingpins, to stay ahead of the Misfits with 1 match to play.
I think we got a higher goal than that.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just saying, from the points that we know.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. All right, Barry. Well, 48 points for the season. We're kind of thinking at the start of the season and compared to last year that 50 was kind of the benchmark for playoffs, 51, 52 points. So you're just right there. You never know how the rest of the teams shake out. It might still be good.
Have to see what happens the next 2 weeks here. So,
Yeah, for sure. Heck of a season. I know there was highs and lows for the Misfits, but the highs were very high. So that was exciting to watch and great playing.
Yeah, great season, Misfits. You guys pretty freaking good. Good team.
Yeah. All right. We'll let you guys go. We'll jump into our commercial break, and then we'll bring back the Kingpins versus the Eclipse for our last match of the day.
Thanks, guys.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
All right, here we go. Last match of the day. We have the Eclipse Kingpins versus the Eclipse. Robert Gallagher from the Kingpins and Bailey Lawson. Last matches of the season.
Hey, Bailey.
Hi, Rob.
From our previous interview with you, Bailey, you said you guys were kind of looking at playing spoilers, and now the Kingpins are kind of in that position where if you wanted to be those guys.
We were watching it. You guys had a phenomenal game, 13-90. It was cool to watch, but hopefully you can do it again because you're gonna need it.
That's a boy. I'm thinking so.
That's the best part about this league. Obviously, friends across the country, seeing these little rivalries and these little jabs on social media and during our interviews. Two of the best teams, most colorful teams that we have in the league, and people cheer for you guys. And we're excited to see this little season wrap up between you two teams and see where the chips may fall after it's all said and done.
Definitely.
You betcha.
So Robert, you're the away team. Line up, please.
We're going the same. We can't switch nothing now.
Are you sure?
Eric, Coral, Greg, Schwarzenegger. With this time, we're going to put Scott and Anthony as the spares. Gino will be not eligible. And I got to mention, we have our lifetime member, Fred Milner here, 92 years old. Yesterday, through Friday, a 401.
Wow.
Yeah.
Freddie still doing Freddie stuff, eh? Look at him go.
Yeah, broke his arm in December, came back bowling about, 3 weeks ago. Yeah, throws a 401 just for the hell of it.
Jesus. You'll him over Gino.
92.
Yeah. Amazing.
He is a kingpin. He does have a jersey, all that stuff. You guys might have to throw him in the emergency spare roster, I think.
Definitely.
No doubt.
Definitely. Yeah.
For sure. Bailey, your guys' lineup.
So we got Chris, myself, Jesse, and then we switched around the bottom a little with Mike and then Drew. Then on the bench, we have Yvonne and Alan.
Nice.
Perfect. Well, we don't want to hold you guys up any longer. Let's get in some action and throw some great games, guys.
Awesome. Good luck, Bailey.
Good luck.
All right, as they get their stuff figured out. I'm not sure if we did this last match. I was all confuddled by all the camera issues. But Bradley, Kingpins.
Alrighty, so for the Kingpins, we have Sean Swartz, Gino Zebarth, Jen Baker, Eric Jose, Anthony Strait, Scott Klassen, Coral Nichols, Greg Gigliak, managed by Robert Gallagher, bowling out of Heartland Bowl and Stetler.
Perfect. And Katie, the Eclipse.
Over on the Eclipse, there's Bailey Lawson, Yvonne Walker, Drew Saworka, Alan Byrne, Chris Bradford, Trevor Wachowski, Mike Elder, Jesse Buchanan, managed by Bailey Lawson over at Lincoln Lanes.
Perfect. All right, straight into the action. We'll do a little scorekeeping for the Eclipse again with their scoreboard. Not quite showing the totals. I'm assuming the Kingpins and the Eclipse are going to come out firing.
Definitely what I'm expecting. Chris is holding up his end of the bargain so far.
A couple 1500s would be nice.
Yeah.
Those are always exciting.
They are exciting. They give us lots to talk about, way more than when there's like nothing but headpins, open frames. Like it's boring. Oh, and Bailey ruined it.
Spare 11 bagger still 435.
The thing I love about Bailey is that you never know what's going to come out of his mouth, but he does it with a smile on his face, so no one ever gets upset with him. Like when he just quickly rattled off, "Oh, that was a great game you guys had. You're going to need another one." Like no one even like batted an eye at that little dig because he just said it with a smile on his face and he kind of bookended it with a compliment. So like, how are you supposed to get upset about it?
That's how you're always supposed to deliver bad news, isn't it? You add a positive twist to it.
Yeah, a positive, then a negative, then a positive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so funny.
All right. As we said, they were going to get off the hot starts. The first two players do that, and then the 3-hole brings it back to earth for a second.
Be interesting to see how Greg plays this game. He started off the last game fairly well and then struggled at the end. So I wonder if Robert's going to give him as much leash this time, or if he's going to be quick if he notices anything.
Right. I wonder about Sean's leash too. I know he finished strong, but his whole first 8 frames were just pieced together.
Yeah. It was just good enough to validate staying around kind of thing.
Yeah, I think a little bit it's going to depend kind of on how Eclipse side starts, how Mike starts in that 4-hole.
Yeah.
If Mike gets off to like 3 marks in a row, I think Sean's leash gets exponentially shorter if he's not throwing strikes.
Drew gets away with it.
Good safety shot.
And Baker goes up and continues on what she was doing last game.
4 marks apiece. It's an acceptable start to the 1500s we requested.
True. Three strikes over on the Kingpins, 2 for the Eclipse.
Ooh.
And a
Pretty
double.
bad.
We didn't have to wait too long for the first double this game.
Nope.
Bailey, there we go.
There's a good one for Jesse.
It's gonna be interesting to see Coral's game too, right? After coming off
Yeah.
a heater like that.
Definitely. The Kingpin's second frame is starting to look a little bit like Regina's first game. Real hot first frame, and a little bit of a struggle in the second.
Big strike there for Greg.
Yeah, that's a
Never
good
a
way to
doubt.
hopefully right the ship a little bit. Double for Drew as well to start. Definitely quick start for Eclipse this time, not having to try and play catch up as early.
Sean finds a side. Big strike on a spare.
30 count. Good squeeze out of that for Jen. Definitely on the high side. Good cover.
All right.
Good response from the bottom three from Kingpins after opens to start the second frame.
Yeah. The Eclipse are looking to keep it going after a great frame.
Yeah. These are the games, like, for myself that I always worry about when your opponent's kind of in the whatever happens mode and they just freewheel. These games can get out of hand real quick sometimes.
Yeah. They got nothing to lose.
And you get hits like that. Great shot from Chris. Lots on it.
Good shot by Bailey. Oh, Jesse just missing there. All right, good shot by Coral. Bounce back after our open frame.
Good half. Counts the same as a corner spare.
Yep. As long as it's on a strike.
That's what I'm saying. If it's on one strike in a row or on an open frame, it's basically like you hit the middle. Girl math, Brad. Girl math.
Well, based on the math I was asked about like 5 minutes ago, I shouldn't be doing anybody's math.
It's not every day that Katie Rayner is winning in the math department more than someone else.
Definitely looks like Schwartz found it at the end of the game there.
Yep.
Still firing.
Big one for Drew. He throws the turkey at the bottom.
Definitely fast starts this game. Ooh. Could squeeze again.
So 378 to 325 after 3 frames. A little bit of a 50-point gap built.
Yeah, but lots of doubles, so that can disappear or grow real fast.
Yeah.
See if Eric's able to get this one on the side.
Loved it.
You get the
Yeah.
strike.
Ooh.
Bradford just a little off there. Coral looking to keep it going. Oh,
Almost.
nope, the 5-8. That's what you get for missing the middle.
Penalty ball.
And the whiff.
Right lane's tricky again, according to Carrie for Coral.
Those odd lanes will get you. Oh, the even lane's getting her.
Oh, and Bailey with a punch. See what Greg can do on his double.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
What was that called?
shit in the tub. It will forever be known as that in my mind.
We may have to clean up the language on it and
Just
put it out on a shirt.
We could just put a little asterisk for the I,
That's right.
or like an exclamation mark for the I or something.
Great job by Jesse.
There we go. Greg cleans his up. Another double here at the bottom for Sean. He's going to be looking to put something on his that's not something bad in the tub.
So apparently having a double in 2-3 is not the play. Conversion rate has not been very high.
We got one more chance at it. Drew still has an opportunity to put something on his double.
Yeah. Mike, unfortunately, just doesn't quite look steady today. Kind of wobbly at the approach, or at the line.
Yeah, not balanced. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion, AJ. A poop emoji in the tub. You could
That's
even
where
put a poop emoji and then the words in and then the tub emoji, because there is a tub emoji. We're helping you design this shirt here, Carrie.
Not that you don't know a couple graphic designers or anything.
Yeah.
You don't need them. You have Katie Rayner in your corner.
I thought you were DJ K. Razy.
I am.
Multiple professions.
I walked into a bowling alley the other day and there was just random people in the parking lot and they were like, DJ K. Razy. Like, oh, hi, guys. Haven't seen anybody for a while, but okay.
Well,
Hi.
we got at least one mark on a double. Ooh, that's a pretty good score after 4 carry.
That's not bad. Not bad, eh?
I wouldn't be upset.
I'm sure they would have took it. These are so unofficial, just so everybody knows. The official stats get posted Monday afternoons. We're flying by the seat of our pants here because scoreboards are tough.
They are tricky.
Corner for Eric. Oh, great corner spare for Bradford.
Is that what you're just going to call every spare?
If it's not counting different, then yeah.
Fair enough.
Should we get Coach Des on the line and see what her opinion on that is?
Des loves my thoughts on the game and scoring.
What about your spots for corners?
She was always a fan when I would throw a 5 spare and call it a corner spare and tell everybody that I hit the middle.
Oh, cherry. Chop cherry. Sell it.
Buy a t-shirt. I feel like Bailey should have like 10 Chop Cherry shirts at this rate.
Yeah.
He's definitely been a victim once or twice.
Or 10.
I can't wait till we get those back up on the website for sale.
So you get what for sale?
The Chop Cherry shirts. Just not
It
on
should
the
be
website
mandatory.
anymore.
If you throw a chop off in Pro League and you cherry it out, it should be mandatory as a penalty, like a fine, that you have to buy a Chop Cherry shirt.
I'd be broke.
Well,
You and me
that's
both.
a problem. Do better. That's an issue, not an ish me, Brad.
Yeah. It's an issue for the bank that says I'm not allowed to.
You, sir, cannot buy any more t-shirts.
Do better at bowling so you do not need to. Yeah. Mr. 299 average has so many Chop Cherries this season. All right. Couple close matches going into the commercial break.
Yeah, definitely
the
not
top,
a lot of
Eclipse
runaways.
has a little bit of a lead there, but in that second hole, I mean, Bailey opened in 5 and Coral has the spare. So that really is within, it's pretty much even.
Mhm.
The 3 hole, Jesse opened in 5 and Greg has a spare. So again, that's another one that's like basically even when you think about the counts coming into play. And in 4, Sean and Mike both have those strikes and it's within about a ball. So Baker misses on her double. And Drew punches on his spare. So again, another one that's right tight together.
37 plus a ball.
And opens across. That is very close. Oh, and 7 count.
609. 609 through the halfway mark for the Eclipse.
Definitely going to use every one of these frames at the end of their season to make this count. That's for sure.
Yeah. So 609 for the Eclipse and 540 for the Kingpins. Few marks working on both sides, and we'll bring commercial break in the last half of the match of the day.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
right, back to the action. 6:09 to 5:40, and we have a substitution for the Kingpins incoming. Anthony going in for Greg.
That's fair. Greg did throw the double, but it wasn't all over the middle, and some of it looked pretty unsteady.
Yeah, made the spare, but a little momentum change here. Bradford's really going to hate these commercial breaks.
Yeah, that's he's coming in.
Yeah.
Punching like that. But on the other side, Eric also punched, so.
He was another one, though. He did have a pretty good game that first game, so.
I got the yank. Here we go. Scott's in for Eric.
Good clean for Bradford, at least. Can't lose any ground that way. And
Scott gets the cleanup for his headpin. That 2-pin just kind of all in funny.
Chop cherry with an asterisk.
Yeah.
Bailey comes in and throws the big strike after the commercial break. He needed that since Coral's working on this spare. She throws the strike. Jesse
almost
back left corner to go.
Ooh. Corner pin spare miss. Roasted.
Wow.
The walk-off roast. Oh
no.
This puppy turned around. He's walking it off. Nope, wrong.
Instantly turns to watch the replay.
Oh, I love that. I'm so sorry, Anthony. It was a great ball, but
throw it worse.
A typical Heidi Mapstone. I already celebrated moment.
Does pick it at least, though.
Yeah. And that's why you don't turn around on those. You never know.
I don't know how it wasn't a strike, but
yeah. Mike kind of cleans up the shrapnel there.
A messy 10. Drew looking to get back on it after his head pin in 5. Knew that he just pulled it a little over to the side. You can see kind of his body language turning sideways to.
Definitely tried to guide it back across.
Yeah.
So his as well.
This could be a big one for Jen. This gets her right back in it with a mark. Takes note from Anthony, watches the pins the whole time.
Not a lot of marks looking for either team, really. I mean, a couple strikes over on the Kingpin side.
And just the one for the Eclipse, but
and just one. But Bradford starts off 7 strong. Oh, seemed a little heavy.
So we know the Misfits are going to be watching this match very closely. So like you said, if the Kingpins only take 3, Kingpins stay ahead of the Misfits due to the head-to-head match. But if they take less than that, Misfits stay ahead.
It's definitely no guarantees at the moment. Everything's right there.
Yeah.
It's so close.
Bill Brooks is stressing. Another great shot for Coral. She's been such a solid pickup for the Kingpins.
Yeah.
Power drop by Jesse.
See if she can get marks going again. Cover the spare. And
Gets both of them. Oh, and Anthony split. I feel like he thought it was going to be a little bit better than that, just with his reaction when he let go of the ball. But
yeah, chop definitely could have been fair. But
Mhm.
with Stetler, I would say a spare is possible. You hit it right.
He did send the pin over that direction.
Yeah.
Mike back on it with a strike there.
Drew with a thin one again, just leaving the corner up.
I wonder if it was an adjustment, maybe even subconsciously for Drew, because I think after the triple, it was right, high, hit high, and then made the adjustment and missed left, and then goes skinny left again.
Yeah. Yeah. Scared of the punch or a high hit and makes a small adjustment.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we have 777 for the Eclipse after 7 frames.
That sounds like somebody needs to buy a lotto ticket.
And Heartland is right there, right behind him.
756.
Has a
Ooh,
double
okay.
working too. Oh.
So 3 marks working for the Kingpins going into 8, 9, 10. The double for Coral and then the 1 strike for Sean. Over on the other side, they have the strike at the top and strike in 4 with a spare in the 3rd spot. So marks are pretty even. 762 to 777. That's pretty even. There's a lot of these games that are within a ball either direction. So those are pretty even.
It's about
Can't
as
really
true
call
a
anything
3-frame
quick.
game as you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting to the nitty gritty here.
If Scott can get them fired up here.
Oh, and head pin for Bradford on his strike.
A little quick.
Good
Bradford
sticks
gets
at
the count.
least.
And going with 2 frames to go has about a 60-point lead, which is going to feel good for that match.
Which is just
Bailey's
about
gonna
the
have,
difference.
yeah, Bailey's going to have to do something here. Coral has that double working. She's at 150 and 7.
He liked it out of the hand.
Yeah, he turns around. He needed that mark there, though, without a mark in 7.
Left. Ooh. Spare is big still.
Yep. Oh, and a head pin for Jesse. So that
Big
match
spare.
in 176 to 170 or 185. This middle match is so close. Neither one of them were working on marks. Jesse just had head pin through the hole. So this is a good opportunity for Anthony to just kind of get a kickstart on something.
Yeah.
Throwing a good shot, just a little bit. And he finally gets them all to go. Oh,
man. 3 head pins already in the 8th frame.
And all of them on their marks that they had working in 7.
Yeah.
Just squeezing it a little too much. Sean with the big double.
$8.52. And Drew gets the chop.
It's friendly. It's definitely looking like it's going to be coming down to who's been pinning better throughout this game. Drew makes the spare,
which they desperately needed in that frame.
Yeah.
867 for the Eclipse.
To
tie game.
867 for the
tie ball game.
Yep.
Interesting.
Mark's in favor of the Kingpins now.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris. Fast again.
Poop emoji.
Wasn't on a mark.
Oh, yeah, true. So I guess it's okay then. I think we need some clarification on that. Is it still a poop emoji in the tub? Oh, and he gets a kickback on that corner. Bradford goes through the hole, so now I think it definitely qualifies.
Yeah, that put the exclamation point on it.
Yeah.
Any 3-hole, I feel, was definitely in the tub.
Yeah.
Need points here.
All right.
878.
And she gets a late falling corner as well.
All right. Bailey needs to make this a double.
Here. Corner. Wow.
That was exciting.
Anthony looking to double up. He punches a head pin there. So this is a good opportunity for Jesse to make a jump.
It's got a chance.
Spare here
is
will
still
be
something.
Yeah.
Oh no. Giving away small opportunities here.
Yeah. Just looks like they're all a little too amped up. Like Chris was quick. Jesse fired those first 2.
This should be a guaranteed strike for Mike.
Yep.
Chances are,
he's good on that
right
lane. Bomb.
Obviously, never a doubt.
Automatic. Ooh,
Sean gets the turkey.
that's going to
That
go
could
a
be
long
the-
ways.
That could be the difference maker here. Yeah. Yeah.
Big strike
Big.
again. A lot of close games.
958 for the Eclipse.
I think the
The 992. Let me double
close.
check that math just so we're not. Correct. 958.
Got a chance. Puts Chris in control now, at least for his point. They're trying to play spoiler. Every point's big.
Yeah.
Another
Great
big
job,
strike.
Chris.
Chris.
Always kind of makes me chuckle at myself when I do something silly in 9 like that, and then you throw the double in 10.
Yeah.
Big shot for Scotty.
Cool.
Good finish.
248. 1001. Hey, this is where their doubles at.
Yeah. Squeeze.
Got the
Good
corner.
count.
That's something to work with.
It does put a little bit of pressure on Coral.
He misses the
But-
corner spare.
That gives her a little bit of breathing room also.
Yeah.
He keeps the first ball honest. Ah,
There have been quite a few corner spare misses on the Eclipse side this game.
yeah.
Bailey's had a couple. Jesse had one. Drew had one at the bottom. There's been lots of those.
Big shot from Coral. So honestly, good 9-10 from Kingpins, what they were looking for, though.
Mm-hmm.
4 strikes in 9.
There's the
First two
first
throw
one
the
from
first one.
Jessie. She's like, yeah, I figured it out. Two more up there would be great for team total for her. Coral
Ooh.
punches a 3-pin, so that's enough to take the match.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's another big one from Jessie.
Throws another one. She forces a mark from Anthony.
And a third one up on there.
It's a good finish. That keeps him honest.
Well, still needs a spare.
Spare strike to win by 2? Or 1, sorry. It's 222, isn't it?
A spare strike will give him 222.
Yep. Mike whipping on that strike.
That hurts.
Yeah, that hurts team total. All right, Anthony needs the last one here.
Oh, he doesn't get the push on the spare.
That is big problems for total, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$11.15 with a bowler to play.
And they're 11:03 plus 3 strikes.
Yeah. Nothing for the win?
Yep.
And
For the win.
Oh, boy.
And that appears to be all she wrote.
So they'll take that match there.
Untimely plow from Drew.
4. And then probably they'll end up taking 5, and they'll take 7 this match.
Yeah. For something that was looking like 2 points. Looked
Yeah,
to 7-1.
Big finish at the end there. I mean, 4 marks in 9. They've all thrown at least the first mark in 10.
11:35 for the Eclipse. That gives them that. And that gets them team total. So the last match is the only one that needs to be decided.
Good battle by Heartland to work their way in there. It was definitely looking suspect there for a little bit.
Yep. Yep. Big battle. This is the 9th and 10th frame for Eclipse. Even the 8th frame, those 3 head pins. Then give them a whole bunch to build on.
I mean, realistically, if those 3 head pins had come on the ones who had opened up in 7, it would have been a whole different ball game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And what again? Sorry, did Drew finish with at the bottom?
220.
220.
It's never a good sign when you stand straight up as it's coming out of your hand.
Yeah.
That was way better than the poop in the tub, because
Yeah.
that could have been.
Also that.
Yeah, that's enough. Way to squeeze it out, Bakes. 7-1.
Throws the 5-inch at it, it covers it all.
Amazing by Heartland.
Yeah.
That should look like a secured spot into playoffs.
Good rally
Amazing
when they needed it.
Yeah.
Robert's so happy. We're never going to get him on an interview. He's going to be too busy celebrating.
For sure. All right. Hugs all around for the Kingpins. Look at them go. All right. We'll bring in everybody as we can get them. Bob's on the thing. Bailey should be here shortly.
Oh, there's Bailey.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
Well, Bailey, 6-2 lead in the 6th frame. What happened?
We participated. We threw balls.
You did throw balls.
Yeah.
We're turning into the average pros of the Cargill division.
Oh, no. Let's not go there.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Too low of a bar or what?
Yeah. It was a really good match. That 7th frame for the Eclipse, I think, is kind of where things kind of shifted. You threw head pins on all your marks. Obviously, the Kingpins putting marks where they needed to climb back into the match and take the lead in 10. So amazing.
Coral had a great day too.
Oh yeah,
fantastic today. Yeah.
She is so strong, so strong.
Mhm.
Yeah, massive. So I don't want to say for sure, Robert, but looks like the Kingpins are looking like really good position for a playoff.
It's looking better.
Looking better. That's back-to-back years for the Kingpins, correct?
What's that?
All 3 years.
Back-to-back years.
All
All
3
3
years.
years. Yeah.
Yep.
Kingpins in the middle of Stettler, Alberta. Look at you guys go.
Down in Alberta.
They might be the only one that's back to back this year.
Hey, settle down. Settle down.
I'm already out. I can talk now.
Good
I'm
job,
gonna say, I think
Bailey.
my team's qualified. We're all 3.
Oh,
Bailey,
Oh no,
I
from
like
our
your
division.
attitude.
From our division.
Interesting.
interesting take. Interesting take.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So let's just do a quick wrap up. I know Kingpins, you still have some more playoff games to play, but give us your thoughts on the season of 2023-2024. We'll start with you, Bailey.
Oh, sure, yeah. Obviously not the season we were hoping for, especially like after playing pretty decent last year, making it to playoffs, winning our first match, and winning a bit of money for the team. It was a good feeling out there. But this year, there were a few things on the backside, like the bowling alley we're at is up for sale, so we don't really know what's going to happen. And then with everyone traveling from, like Mike and Chris, for instance, they travel 2 hours each way just to come all the way from Penticton. So there's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts to this team. And then next year, there's definitely going to be some roster changes just because some people are going to be like Drew. He has work and stuff, so he won't be able to commit. So there will be some changes, but we're excited for next year and what it holds.
Perfect. Well, we enjoy watching you guys play. Obviously, we know your travel restrictions and stuff going on out there, but it's always exciting to watch the Eclipse play, and always getting your face on this interview is always a blast. So
When I'm
thanks
on
very
time.
much.
When you're on time, yeah.
yeah. Thanks for having a decent season, giving a playoff run, trying to play spoilers. That's what it's all about, and you guys never gave up, and that's awesome. Bob, Kingpins, how was your season so far?
Gone.
Oh, never mind. See you later, Bob.
Good try. Too long. Old fashions are poured.
Wow. Well, I guess that's one way to end the interview. Thanks, Bailey. We'll let you go, and we'll hopefully see you at Open. Will you be coming to Red Deer this year for the Heritage?
100%. Yeah, I'm excited
Awesome.
for Red Deer.
Perfect. Well, we'll see you there, and have a great few months.
Awesome. See you then.
All right,
Bye,
Bailey.
guys.
Bye, guys.
All right. I'm not sure if we'll get Bob back in. We've got the gist. The Kingpins are going to be in playoffs.
Let them go
talk to them
celebrate.
once. That sounds great to me. Well, thanks again, Bradley, for joining us. Katie, thank you again for settling in and doing a whole 4 matches in the Cargill division. We know how it can drag on for a bit, but exciting matches today.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys.
All right. We'll check you all later. Have a good day.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.